Well, she looks a little better. Blasted some of that algae stuff off of her. And clean the engine compartment up so I can change that water pump. All right, we pressure washed the engine. I do not know why somebody started to paint it blue. Underneath the blue paint is orange. The valve cover's silver. I get it's kind of fake chrome, right? But unless because the truck is blue, they were going to paint the engine blue. I don't know. But now I got most of the slime off of it, so I can change the water pump without too much grease and grime. The fire extinguisher powder is mostly gone. The hood's still a little crispy, but it's okay. This little grommet here for the valve cover is junk, and I think part of it's down in the valve cover, so I'm going to pull this valve cover off and clean that out and then see if I can't replace that, because as tired as the old motor is, it doesn't need any junk going through it. But yeah, I think it's clean enough to work on. All right, we're going to start taking the stinger down here to change the water pump. Going to have to probably pull the shroud out of there, fan, all that kind of stuff. But first, let's just drain the radiator. It is probably mostly leaked out of the water pump anyway. I'm going to guess it's pretty empty. There's a little bit coming out. Pretty empty. I'll start pulling the fan shroud. Oh yeah, you can see things a lot better anyway. alternator belt. Power steering. Actually, the power steering don't have to come off. It does not go around the water pump. So I will leave it alone. Yeah, that's been on there a long time. All right, next, lower radiator hose. I replaced the upper at some point when I put a thermostat in it. But the lower one has probably been on there a long time as well. Hopefully it's okay still because I didn't buy another one. Okay. This is not the original water pump, but I think it's shot. It's definitely leaking. Okay. Hopefully none of these break off. That's a concern. Let me get a... So that's the problem when you get old. You can't see anymore. Used to be able to just tell by looking what each one was. Now I can hardly tell if it's even a bolt. Do not break off, please. I think you did. I think you did. Yes. Not what I wanted to happen. Great. Wonderful. So, fairly easy job, just went to a complicated job. We're going to have a broken off bolt. Hopefully there's enough to grip. I'll have to apply some heat and we'll get her out of there. I think you did. I think you did. Yes. Not what I wanted to happen. Great. Wonderful. So, fairly easy job just went to a complicated job. We're going to have a broken off bolt. Hopefully there's enough to grip. I'll have to apply some heat and we'll get her out of there. Let's see if we can zip that out of there. Okay, those bottom ones go into, well, probably all four go into water jacket, but that's probably why that one broke off. Should have had some never sees on it. It broke right at the end of the threads, so I hope some threads are sticking out. Yes, some threads are sticking out. Not very much, though. So here's the old one. It's not super old, but it's junk. Leaking. All right, so now the fun begins. Let me get you in closer here. So there it is. A little bit of meat in there. I've got the torch. We'll heat it up, cool it, heat it up, cool it, see if we can shock it, put a vice grip on it, and see if we can get her out of there. All right, we've been scraping on her. We'll get a little parts cleaner goo on her. Make her spotless. Again, I don't know why somebody wanted to paint it blue, but it is supposed to be orange. It does look like it's going to be the same water pump. I'll have to pull this fitting out, but this has plug in the top, so that's good. So yeah, looks like they're going to work. And it did come with gaskets, so that's good. And this is really hard to do one-handed. All right, come on out there. Yeah, looks like it's turning. Okay. So I heated the block with the torch. That makes the block expand. And then I squirted the broken stud with the WD-40 to try and cool it or shrink it. So hopefully the heat made the hole bigger, the WD-40 made the stud smaller, and that broke it free. So she's coming out. It's it doesn't usually work that well. So unfortunate. There she is. Okay. I am going to have to hunt down a bolt with the right thread and length, but at least it's out. Alright, I am going to paint this guy orange. Exciting. All right, as the internet norm saying goes for rebuilding the engine, we're gonna squirt some orange paint on it. I don't really care if it's pretty, just want to get her orange again. I don't really care for the blue that they did. But anyway, I'm not gonna try and film that one-handed. Showroom new. Probably adds 2 horsepower, maybe. Just get the slime off of it anyway. All right, the real thin film RTV silicone on there, high temp. And then I'm putting on some Never Sees on these bolts because they go into a water jacket. And I did find a replacement bolt. So we're good to go. All right, I need to get this fitting off, clean it up, transfer it to the other pump. All right, hard to do with one hand, but it's coming off. All right, clean her up real good, put some pipe tape on her and put her in. All right, popping these old nasty valve covers off. I got some chrome ones on a engine sitting in here, so chrome will make it go faster, right? So I'll swap those on. They're in here, and this junk motor sitting right here. All right, Stinger salvage, new water pump, little paint on her. Some chrome off of a chunky motor that cleaned up a little bit. They're not brand new, but old Stinger motor looks pretty good for now until all the oil leaks out and makes a big mess. I already got some cheap coolant for the Stinger salvage. Cheeto's come to check it out. I know, Cheeto. We're going to dump a little coolant in her, throw a battery in her, and see if she'll start. And then maybe go take it down and put some gas in it. All right, I put 2 gallons in it, a gallon of antifreeze, a gallon of water. Still not quite full. It's in there somewhere, I guess. It's hard to see. Let it run a little bit, burp some air out, but first I'm gonna vacuum rust out of this battery tray. I got this really cheap battery from Advance Auto. They're like super discount series. This one was like 89 bucks, I think. So hope it works. All right, let's see if she'll start. She's been sitting a while. Let's give her a little ether. All right, she started. We're gonna take her down to the gas station, put a little gas in her, just so I can move around as the gauge says she's empty. All right, first time gassing her up in a long time. She made it to the gas station. Singer salvage might need an engine. She's smoking pretty good, but she runs. The gas gauge doesn't work anymore. It did, but not working now. Maybe the rings will see. It's been sitting a long time, but she's back together and running anyway.